The thing that really helped me to lose a lot of weight was literally just simplifying what I was eating. And the more simple I made it, the easier it was to track in MyFitnessPal or whatever kind of calorie tracker that you're using. I literally blocked mukbangers. I don't watch the Food Network. I stopped pinning those photos of people's recipes on my Pinterest board. If you're new, my name's Serena. I lost over 80 pounds in a calorie deficit, focusing on whole foods, high protein, high fiber. Today I'm going to show you what I do with my chicken, because I used to be saving all of these fancy recipes all the time and thinking, oh, well, what I'm following is healthy, so therefore it's going to help me lose weight. It's going to help me to be healthier. Unknowingly, the more food content I was consuming, the hungrier I was making myself all the time. Before I jump in and show you guys what I do with my basic chicken recipe that I use for everything, taco bowls, I use it for sandwiches, I use it for in pasta. Like literally, this is so versatile. You don't need another fancy recipe. You just need some good staples that you can use in a variety of recipes. But before we jump in, make sure you hit that subscribe button, give this video a little thumbs up, and if you have any really basic staples that you are continuously cooking, comment it down below, because you could be helping someone out too. Okay, so this is boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I only got these ones because they're on sale. Typically I do a chicken breast because chicken breast is typically lower calorie, and they're pretty thick, so I'll cut them in half. I have my oven set to 425, and we're gonna cook the chicken today at about 18 minutes to about 22 minutes, since it's at 425. And sometimes I do it at 400. If I do it at 400, it's between 20 to 25 minutes, depending on how thick of a cut the chicken is. Okay, so first thing is I'm gonna throw a little bit of salt onto our chicken. Seasoning is awesome because it's 0 calorie. You actually don't need to measure your seasoning. You don't need to track it in MyFitnessPal or whatever, however you track your calories. So I'm just gonna do a little salt, and also, not that you have to go from up here, but don't be like going too close to the chicken. Just have a good distance. Let me give a little bit of a shake on this side, and then we're gonna use the salt again, so I'll just leave it open. Next, garlic powder. I use these seasonings on everything. That's why. Can you tell I love garlic powder? Okay, we're gonna add a little garlic powder, and again, not too close. You want a good separation, and I really don't think you can actually go too heavy with garlic powder, so sometimes I go over it twice. Oh, I think I actually need to potentially buy a new garlic powder soon. I'm gonna leave that one open too. This is a seasoning that it's like a newer one, and I think Tyler ordered it on Amazon. It is Frank's Red Hot seasoning. I don't think it's really necessary, but it's just something that I've been using a lot on my chicken lately. So use what you got. If you don't got this, use whatever else. You can even just skip this one and use all my other seasoning that I do. I also try not to touch the chicken too much because salmonella. Chicken, even if you clean your kitchen, you deep clean it, there's always going to be slight traces. So the less I touch, the better. And I actually do have gloves that I started using too. All right, this, you can use Italian seasoning. I like this one. It is a zesty herb dry rub, and it's from a Jamaican kiosk place I went to at a farmer's market. So that's what it looks like. This has citric acid, salt, red and green bell peppers, parsley, onion, scotch bonnet, turmeric, mustard, ginger, mint, jalapeno pepper, garlic, and basil. So I like this seasoning, but honestly, you could probably just use like some sort of Italian seasoning. I just think it makes a little bit of a difference to what you're cooking. I'm not even joking. This spice blend I use on, like, I would say majority of the meats that I cook now. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I think I went a little too heavy-handed with my seasoning, but I would say, that only actually happened one time, where I accidentally made a thick coating. Okay, next we're gonna do some pepper. I'm gonna just do one little sprinkle of this. And pepper is like, salt and pepper is something that's like on the table, so if someone really wants more salt and pepper on their chicken, they can add more. That's why I don't really care about going too light with it. All right, pepper is done for now. Next, paprika. One time when I was younger, my dad opened the big one, like this one. And I think it was a salt container, and he put so much salt on top. Okay, we're gonna do a little paprika. And paprika, I don't know, I don't really think you can actually go too heavy on. And lastly, cayenne pepper. Oh, I'm almost out. Cayenne pepper is so good. You can, not that you can't go too heavy on it, but it definitely adds a lot of spice. And it's the same thing every time. I'm like, ooh, I don't know, that felt like I went really heavy with it. I definitely didn't. Okay, so there's a good coating on the chicken right now. I'm gonna put these in the front, grab my little plastic gloves so I don't touch the chicken too much. And literally, chicken is the thing where it's like, even if you wash your hands, it just gets everywhere. Like, if you've looked into like the studies that they've done on cleaning your kitchen after dealing with chicken, it's insane. Okay, it's currently at 325, so we're still waiting for the oven to warm up. These are rolled up, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna unroll them, and I'm gonna season the other side of this chicken. If you have trouble making good purchases when you go grocery shopping, force yourself to eat a meal, because I find that sometimes if I go grocery shopping and I'm really hungry, where it's like, yeah, I could definitely go get fast food, let's say, when I'm out, that just means like I did not eat a good meal before I left the house. So if you need to, like, force yourself to eat a meal before you leave the house. Okay, I'm definitely gonna do 2 pans. So this one will season, and then I'll grab the other pan out, and we can do that one separately, or I'll do that one on my own. Okay. Yeah, I love chicken. It's so versatile. Like, literally, I've been doing my morning breakfast bowl. I think I did in another video. I literally just use this chicken and I cut it up with scissors, and I throw it in a bowl with like lettuce and tomato and like everything that you would basically put in a taco. I put in a bowl with my chicken. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna quickly season. I will also say, when I was talking about earlier how the more food content I was consuming, the hungrier I was so true. I literally would go to bed thinking about the breakfast I was going to eat in the morning, and food is such a point of conversation. The more you decenter food from your life, you really realize how much it's centered in everyone else's life. Birthdays, what you're going to have for your birthday cake, what you're going to have for your birthday dinner. Instead of like, oh, what are you going to go home and do tonight? It's like people ask you like what you're going to eat for dinner. And even food is like such a love language for a lot of people. So it's definitely a really tricky thing to navigate when you're like relearning your relationship with food, that even still I'm navigating. Okay, did a little paprika. We're gonna do some more salt. But yeah, every time, not that I'm like insane where I'm like going out of my way to like block mukbangers or anything, but I used to search those up all the time. But I found seeing other people eat food was just making me hungrier. And so I really don't follow anyone even that shares like healthy recipes. I think there's only one dietitian online. I think her name is Marina, and that's the only person in terms of food that I follow, just because in the sense that she gives really good advice on food that you can add into your diet, but not in the sense of like, watch me eat this chocolate cake and then I'm going to be craving chocolate cake for like days on end, you know what I mean? So do what you need to do, even if it can feel really dramatic to other people, because literally no one at the end of the day lives in your body. No one at the end of the day looks in the mirror at yourself. You know what I mean? Like, no one has to deal with the choices that you made in the day. Okay, I'm adding a little bit of pepper. And some more of this Jamaican, like Italian seasoning thing. All right, so here's the chicken, and I'm gonna throw this in the oven for about, let's say 18 minutes, and then I'll check on it. And I believe it has to get to it's either 160 or 165 for it to be cooked. I have to Google it every time. And yeah, and then it's done, and then we can just eat this with literally everything. Pasta, we eat it in sandwiches, like I said. We eat it, oh, there we go. We eat it with some rice and just random veggies that we have in the fridge. I just think that like the less complicated I made the food I was making, the easier it was to track, the easier my life was, and the less time I actually spent in the kitchen, which also in turn meant the less I was snacking on food. So anyways, this is the chicken I'm making. I'm gonna throw it in. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video.